She wore a long fitted panel dress coat with long sleeves and train in ivory silk. A total of 325 cut glass and pearl beads sparkled as Sophie, on the arm of her father, began her bridal procession towards the altar.
Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, entered the royal family with quiet confidence and never seemed shaken for a second. Meghan Markle came in with massive headlines, constant public tension, and eventually stepped away from royal life completely.
And a friendly human touch. People woke up and saw the side to Sophie that her friends know. The Duchess has stepped up from royal outsider to take center stage.
Both women came from non-royal backgrounds and married into the exact same institution, but only one managed to earn the late Queen's deep trust and become a reliable figure inside palace circles. That difference had royal watchers talking non-stop, and many people started asking the same question: why did Meghan appear so frustrated by Sophie's position in the family? To many royal insiders, the answer did not seem complicated at all. Sophie became the type of royal figure Meghan was reportedly expected to grow into over time. Just like Meghan, Sophie joined the monarchy as a commoner after marrying Prince Edward in 1999. But instead of chasing attention or getting pulled into public controversy, Sophie kept things low-key.
She likes to know what I've been doing, and well, actually, it's not that she likes to know what I've been doing. She always knows what I've been doing.
She's closely watching your diaries,
She
is
knows
she?
what
To
we're
make
all
sure
up
you're
to.
all,
Absolutely.
you're all busy.
They continue to do so many engagements, the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh.
And slowly built strong relationships behind palace doors through patience, loyalty, and consistency. As the years passed, Sophie gained a level of respect and trust that very few outsiders ever achieve within royal life. The contrast between her path and Meghan's became harder and harder for the public to ignore. Some royal commentators even believed Meghan may have wanted the same quiet admiration and stable image Sophie naturally developed. But the situation unfolded very differently in the end. Anyone would feel some type of way watching another person smoothly reach the exact position they were hoping for.
Your Majesty, thank you so much for coming back to such a. Thank you so much appreciated. Can I present my Vice Lord Lieutenant, Sir Owen? Your Majesty, welcome to Cheshire.
Thank you
Great
so
to
much.
see you.
Thank
I'm
you.
your first trip to the north of England,
That's
so
correct.
you're
Thank
very,
you.
very welcome.
Meghan's time inside the royal family often looked stressful, unpredictable, and filled with public pressure, while Sophie kept a calm image and handled royal life without chaos following her everywhere. She carried out royal duties in a quiet, dependable way and avoided constantly turning every appearance into a media storm. That steady approach clearly earned Queen Elizabeth II's respect over the years. People close to the palace reportedly noticed that the Queen paid very close attention to Sophie's work and daily efforts behind the scenes. Royal insiders often said the Queen stayed informed about where Sophie was helping, what projects she supported, and how she handled important responsibilities without making everything about herself. That level of trust did not happen overnight. It was built slowly through consistency, loyalty, and years of reliable service. When Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, passed away, the Queen was said to be completely devastated after losing the man who had stood beside her for decades. Even though she continued appearing composed in public, people around the palace reportedly noticed the deep sadness she carried privately every single day. Sophie quickly recognized how painful that period was for the Queen and stayed close beside her during one of the most difficult chapters of her life.
King Charles has named his youngest brother, Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, a title held, of course, by his late father, Prince Philip, for more than 70 years. It had been the late Prince's wish for Prince Edward to be granted the dukedom after his death. Buckingham Palace announced the new Duke of Edinburgh this week on Prince Edward's 59th birthday.
Reports claimed Sophie became a major source of comfort by attending church services with the Queen, spending private time with her, and offering quiet support when very few people truly understood the weight the monarch was carrying. Some royal biographers even describe Sophie as one of the Queen's most trusted family members, with insiders saying her presence became incredibly important during those emotional final years. That kind of close bond with the Queen was something Meghan Markle was often rumored to want, but never fully managed to build. No matter how much media attention surrounded Meghan, she never seemed to develop the same quiet trust and long-term respect that Sophie earned over years of patience, loyalty, and steady royal work behind the scenes. While Meghan's time in the monarchy often played out under intense public pressure, Sophie moved carefully and stayed consistent, which reportedly made senior royals feel more comfortable with her approach. Then came the moment that seriously boosted Sophie's standing inside the royal family.
She's a really unsung royal. You know, day in, day out, she does all these engagements that never really get much press, but absolutely make the day, the month, the year of every person she goes and speaks to.
In 2023, King Charles officially gave Prince Edward the Duke of Edinburgh title for life, which meant Sophie became the new Duchess of Edinburgh in one of the monarchy's biggest title changes in years. That title instantly placed Sophie in an even stronger royal position and increased her importance within palace protocol, especially when compared to Meghan Markle's Duchess of Sussex title. Even though Prince Edward is not directly next in line to the throne, he and Sophie were still trusted with one of the royal family's most respected titles because of their long history of service, discipline, and loyalty to the crown. Royal watchers saw that move as a huge statement from the palace. Many commentators believed Meghan was drawn to the status, attention, and influence connected to royal life, but struggled with the strict structure and long-term expectations that came with it.
And I think having those times together in the summer allows those relationships. I mean, we're a lot more fortunate because we live so much closer to the Queen. So when she spends a lot of time at Windsor at weekends, you know, our children are more fortunate because they can go over and have tea with her on a regular basis. So we do see quite a lot of her, and we're over there most weekends riding, and you know, so she sees quite a lot of us. Lucky her.
That is one reason Sophie's rise caught so much attention. Instead of turning every achievement into a public moment, Sophie kept things low-key, focused on her duties, and quietly earned respect from palace insiders, the public, and even parts of the media. For many people watching the royal family, this became the biggest difference between the two women. Sophie often received praise without appearing to chase attention, while Meghan regularly found herself at the center of criticism and non-stop headlines. That contrast became harder and harder for royal fans to ignore. Meghan reportedly seemed to believe that strong public image, popularity, and major media attention could help secure a powerful place inside the monarchy. But Sophie's path showed that royal circles valued patience, consistency, and quiet dedication far more. According to reports from royal commentators, Queen Elizabeth II even encouraged Sophie to help Meghan adjust to palace life and better understand royal traditions, expectations, and the structure that comes with being part of the monarchy.
So apparently, Sophie is married to Prince Edward. Well, she was upgraded from the Countess of Wessex to the Duchess of Edinburgh. Okay, she got a little bit of a promotion. This is a big deal. But let me tell you why it's important. So both Queen Elizabeth and Queen Camilla previously held this title. But what this title means for Sophie, beautiful Sophie, is that she no longer has to curtsy to Meghan Markle, okay? In the line of succession, she no longer has to curtsy to Meghan Markle, okay? That is a booyah.
However, reports claimed Meghan chose not to lean heavily on that support, and instead felt Prince Harry's guidance was enough for her during that period. While all of that was happening, Sophie continued naturally growing closer to the Queen, without appearing to force the relationship or seek attention from it. She reportedly joined the Queen at private church services, spent relaxed evenings watching old films with her, and became widely known inside royal circles as one of the monarch's most trusted companions. At the same time, Meghan's public interviews and media appearances sparked major headlines and controversy surrounding the royal family. even while there still appeared to be hope for maintaining a positive connection with the Queen. Watching Sophie share easy conversations, private moments, and genuine trust with Queen Elizabeth II likely made the contrast between their royal journeys stand out even more to royal watchers and the public. It is easy to see why people believed Meghan may have felt frustrated watching Sophie receive a title filled with royal history and prestige. The Duchess of Edinburgh title carries enormous meaning within the monarchy.
She was critical of the then Prime Minister Tony Blair, critical of his attitudes towards the countryside, and critical of his presidential style, as she put it. So it caused a real problem. It was a scandal that many people thought Sophie and Edward would never recover from.
Queen Elizabeth II herself first held that title in 1947 after marrying Prince Philip, years before becoming Queen in 1952. Because of that history, the title became strongly connected to loyalty, tradition, and one of the most respected eras in the royal family's modern history. Some royal commentators have argued that if Prince Harry and Meghan had remained full-time working royals, they may have eventually received bigger honors, stronger influence, and more important positions inside the monarchy. But once the couple stepped away from official royal duties, many insiders believed those long-term opportunities changed dramatically, and certain paths inside the institution were no longer available to them. Even though Sophie and Meghan both entered royal life as successful women from non-royal backgrounds, their stories quickly started moving in completely different directions. Sophie came from a public relations career, while Meghan gained worldwide recognition through acting, especially from the hit show Suits, along with her lifestyle blog and public image. In the beginning, both women were viewed as modern additions to the royal family, who could help connect the monarchy with a newer generation and bring fresh outside experience into palace life. Then Sophie faced a major scandal in 2001 after a tabloid released private comments she made during a conversation with an undercover reporter.
In those months when I was pregnant, so we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
Oprah Winfrey interview, which doesn't have any proof. There were over 30 lies in that interview.
The situation caused serious embarrassment, triggered non-stop headlines, and placed her under intense pressure from both the media and palace officials. But instead of turning the situation into a long public battle or adding more controversy, Sophie admitted the mistake, publicly apologized, stepped away from her business role, and slowly rebuilt her reputation through years of consistent royal service. Over time, public criticism faded, trust returned, and her image recovered in a huge way, which many royal watchers saw as proof of her patience and resilience inside the monarchy. Meghan and Prince Harry's story took a completely different turn after stepping away from royal duties. The couple openly discussed difficult experiences connected to royal life, especially during their headline-making interview with Oprah Winfrey. After that moment, the public attention only grew bigger through documentaries, interviews, Prince Harry's memoir, podcasts, and multiple business projects, keeping the tension between the couple and the royal family constantly in the news cycle. Meanwhile, Sophie stayed far away from turning her royal role into a commercial brand, and instead focused heavily on humanitarian work, family responsibilities, and official royal duties. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry moved toward large media and business partnerships after leaving royal life, including streaming deals, documentaries, podcasts, and publishing projects. According to royal commentators, those choices reportedly created friction with more traditional palace expectations surrounding privacy, service, and royal conduct.
Thank you very much for having me here. And at the outset, I'd like to say thank you to you and your whole team for enabling me to come. I know how much work has gone into my visit, and I really do appreciate it. And all of the different organisations that I've been able to visit today, their efforts too in welcoming me and and allowing me to learn more about the situation here.
Because of those major differences, comparisons between Sophie and Meghan never really disappeared. Many royal watchers felt Sophie quietly succeeded in the exact kind of royal position Meghan once appeared, eager to build for herself. While Sophie's public support in the United Kingdom remained mostly stable and positive over the years, Meghan's public image often shifted depending on major headlines, interviews, online debates, and media reactions. What made Sophie stand out even more to supporters was the way she approached humanitarian work without constantly putting herself at the center of attention. She traveled internationally to support important causes, including visiting the Democratic Republic of Congo to meet survivors affected by conflict-related violence, and traveling to Ukraine during periods of crisis and humanitarian need. A lot of that work reportedly happened with far less publicity and media buildup than many people expected from senior royals, which only added to Sophie's reputation as a quiet but dependable figure inside the monarchy. Meanwhile, Meghan's public appearances often triggered massive media reactions, whether she was attending charity events, speaking on social causes, or taking part in projects connected to Princess Diana's legacy. Critics sometimes argued that the intense attention surrounding Meghan could end up overshadowing the causes themselves, while supporters pushed back by saying her global visibility helped shine a brighter light on important issues and charities. No matter which side people agreed with, one thing stayed consistent. The spotlight around Meghan almost never disappeared for long. Sophie's approach remained steady and low-key from the very beginning. Focus on the work first and let respect build naturally over time.
Rowan, she turned up, the Princess of Woke, to Uvalde, Texas, to visit the struggling community there after the shooting. Who does she think she is?
Well, she thinks she's Princess Diana. She's always thought she's Princess Diana. She sees herself in some kind of cross between Michelle Obama and Diana Spencer, bringing relief and comfort to the...
She avoided explosive interviews and major public conflicts, yet her reputation continued growing through years of reliability, patience, and loyalty to royal duty. As her humanitarian role expanded across the world, many royal supporters began viewing Sophie as one of the monarchy's most dependable and respected working royals. With these comparisons still being discussed today, some royal watchers believe Meghan may continue facing challenges when it comes to matching the long-standing image Sophie built through decades of quiet service, discipline, and consistency inside royal life. So what do you think about the differences between Meghan Markle and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with others who follow the royal family drama. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.